Hello, everybody. It's always so good to be with you again. Today, I want to share a story with you, but it's a story that it seems to me has a connection with the first Sunday of Lent, the first reading. God is talking to Noah and trying to encourage Noah, promising never again will the earth be destroyed by a flood, and promising that to Noah. Anyway, the story is this. It was told by a Mariano priest working in Santiago, Chile. And he said it was the end of the workday, around 6 o'clock in the afternoon. People are coming from the factories, the shops where they're working, and they're all heading toward the area where the buses will pick them up because people in those areas, poor areas, didn't have cars. So it's a rainy, cold, damp, miserable day, and people are all lined up. And finally the bus starts chugging up, and he said in the poorer areas of Santiago, precisely the buses chugged because they were old, they were dilapidated, they were broken down. So people are all standing there, they're tired, they're getting wet. Finally, the buses come and they get onto the bus, and they just sit there and kind of, boom, the end of a long day. They're wet and tired. So the bus chugs on to the next stop. And at this next stop, 3 street musicians come on board. And the passengers kind of look at one another with a certain look of resignation, sensing here come a bunch of street musicians again. Well, as it turned out, there were 2 violinists and a person playing the flute. And they played a beautiful piece from Mozart. And this Mariano priest said, suddenly that broken down, dilapidated bus became a wonderful concert hall, and music just floated through the whole bus. And people who heretofore had been sitting like that, head bound, tired, began to lift their head, and they looked at one another and began to smile at each other. And reflecting upon that whole experience, this is what this Mariano priest wrote. He said, at that moment, when we are most in need of consolation, when life is a burdensome mix of weariness, tired feet, soggy clothing, God steps into our lives and encourages us to look upon one another with compassion, love, and a smile. For me, that story renders in contemporary terms exactly what God was saying to Noah and his weary friends. God said to Noah, his friends, and to us, God said, I will make a covenant with you, a promise to you, that never again will creation be destroyed by the waters of a flood. The sign of the covenant, the promise I give to you, is this. I will set a rainbow in the sky. And when you see a rainbow in the sky, remember, as I will, the covenant, the promise I have made to you and to all creation. To short Lenten thoughts. I think it would be a wonderful experience if we could, in the season of Lent, remember those promises that God made to Noah. And secondly, during this time of Lent and beyond, keep looking for rainbows. Some of them are going to be in the sky. At other times, God will create and surprise us with rainbow experiences. Lent is not meant to be a time to put us down. We're failures, we're bad, we're sinners. Lent is a time in which God whispers to us, "You are my beloved sons and daughters. I have made a promise to you. I will never forget you." And so, like Noah and his weary followers, like the people on that bus, may we listen now to God's promises which come to us through some wonderful music.